It's time for the show.
In all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murder. Repeating, murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
Spooky, creepy, scary show. Spooky, creepy, scary show.
In the stillness of the evening, as the light began its leaving, I sat alone and trembling with a terror I'd ignore. Through the house a sound was creeping, as the world outside lay rotting. Yet my heart, in silence weeping, knew the fear it had in store. With every creak and hollow sigh, my hope grew thin, my spirit sore. For they were searching evermore just outside my closet door. I'd barred the windows, locked the latch, prepared for every crack and scratch. But still, the dead had found a way and broken through once more. Their steps, they shuffled slow and grim, their rotting hands both stiff and slim. I dare not move a single limb as shadows crawled across the floor. I pressed myself into the dark, my breath held tight, my body sore, and listened for their breathless roar just outside my closet door. Then came a voice so soft, so near, that my heart filled with freezing fear, a voice that whispered in my ear of one I loved but lost before. Tom, it called, in tones so sweet, like wind upon the midnight street. But her death was complete, torn apart by the undead's roar. Yet here she stood, her voice the same, a ghastly wretch from days of yore, now calling me forevermore, just outside my closet door. I held my breath, my body still, but in my heart I felt the chill as footsteps came with wicked will, as shadows slithered across the floor. Tom, she called in a ghostly plea, you cannot hide, come back to me. Her voice, it dripped with misery from lips that love had shaped before. But love had rotted, left to die, no warmth, no light, no life in store, still waiting by my closet door. And then a tap, a soft faint knock. My heart did freeze, my soul did lock, for I had known, but still the shock left me in terror to the core. The door creaked wide, and there she stood, in rags of dust, her face of blood, a smile that never had it could, a sight that froze me evermore. Tom, she whispered, cold and low, you'll hide from me no more, no more. For she was waiting, sick and sore, right outside my closet door. I gripped my shotgun, heavy, cold, just one shell left in its hold. A bitter choice, too dark, too bold. One final act in this grim war, to blast her face that once was mine, erase the love in the decline, or turn the barrel inward, blind, and stop my heart forevermore. Would I face her, or end my score, here inside my closet door? The others followed, one by one, their silent faces all undone, their eyes as hollow as the sun, that in this world would rise no more. They crowded close, their fingers thin, to drag me from the dark within, and as they pulled me back to sin, I gripped the stock, my mind unsure, would I face them as before, or leave this life with one last roar?
Hope you enjoyed that one. The original title of that one was Coming Out of the Closet. And it was suggested that I change that one, but due to the ambiguous nature of the title, I decided to keep it because that was kind of the effect that I was going for. Like, you think it's one thing. Well, some people might think it's one thing, and you really don't know until, you click the button and check it out. And, it really, it's 2025. And when that came out, it was 2024 still. Same difference. Shouldn't matter. Like, everybody's gotta have like better things to do with their time than worry about something like that. But if you're looking for a story about somebody actually coming out of a closet, well, you got what you paid for. The whole color scheme for it, the black and white and red, I've wanted to do something like that for a long time, but I just didn't have a story that, I thought would fit with the black and white. And by the way, there is a full color version of this story that I made as well. Let me know in the comments if you want me to put that one out as well. Guess I could put it out with a different title, or I'll figure that out later. But let me know if you want the colored version. It will be the same story. I might be able to put different music to it, but let me know. But yeah, just letting you know it does exist. The original version of that I did with this kind of hallucinogenic color effect, where everything was kind of like in a dream state and kind of like had waves to it. I'll probably use an effect like that again in another one, but for this one, we're in the new and improved era, aka the puppet era of the scary show, now the spooky, creepy, scary show. And I want to do something different. When I was a kid, I used to watch all kinds of black and white stuff. I had a black and white TV, so everything was pretty much black and white, but unless I, went into the living room or my grandma's room, they had the color TVs. For some reason, I had the black and white one, but that's neither here nor there. But I would get these nightmares right after watching something in black and white, and if I went to bed right after. Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, I Love Lucy, it didn't matter what it was. If it was in black and white and, some amount of time before bed, I would have these awful nightmares. I couldn't even tell you what they were about. It was just like, horror. Like true horror. But eventually I grew out of that and came to really enjoy the Twilight Zone. mainly because of Rod Serling's intros and outros. There was something about the way he would, appear in the frame, and then, what we now call breaking the fourth wall. He would just come out and start talking directly to the audience. And even as a kid, that fascinated me. I really dug that, And zombies gotta be my number one favorite genre of horror. There's nothing else that comes close to it, in my opinion. I mean, everything about it, from the whole, rising from the dead to, all the different variations, the shamblers and the runners, and yeah, I love it. I love that whole kind of, survival at any cost kind of thing. Put down in the comments some of your favorite zombie movies, or especially if you know a zombie movie that I haven't seen, and I've seen a lot of them, but if you got a good one, I would love to see it. Not too big on like comedy zombie movies. Once in a while, I've seen like all the, I've seen like Shaun of the Dead and the what's the one with Woody Harrelson, the damn, I can't remember the name of it, but there were two of them. You know the one. But yeah, I saw those, and The Dead Don't Die. That was a pretty good one. But yeah, I'm mostly into like the really like gruesome ones, The Night Eats the World, the Dawn of the Dead remake, Mandy, or no, was it Mandy? No, that wasn't Mandy. Maggie, the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was a good one. That French one, The Horde, oh my god, that was good. And then the Peninsula and Train to Busan, and even the animated prequel to those. Oh man, I love that kind of stuff. So good. Such an adrenaline rush. Cannot leave out 28 Days Later. I love that one. 28 Weeks Later, I love that one too. I recently saw 28 Years Later, and yes, I love that one too. I didn't understand the ending until somebody explained it. I don't want to spoil the ending, but the key to understanding the ending kind of comes at the beginning of the movie, when Spike, he's fiddling with the little Power Ranger toy, and then he puts it back on the desk and heads out for his first hunt. Just kind of keep that in mind if you're seeing it for the first time, or if you've already seen it and you're thinking about how insane the ending was. Not really that insane when you look at it through the eyes of somebody who grew up only knowing like things like Power Rangers, and how the way that they fight. But yeah, and oh my god, the beginning of that one with the Boots poem just sent chills down my spine. But I don't want to spoil anything. You got to see it. See all three of them. It's worth it. Danny Boyle is a genius. Saw a bunch of his movies. Saw Trainspotting. Danny Boyle and Darren Aronofsky, and guys like that. I love it. I love pretty much everything they put out. Mother, Pi. What's that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger again? And he was one of the survivors of a plane crash. No, his daughter died in a plane crash. And yeah, kind of a slow burn, but a Darren Aronofsky movie. Yeah, Darren Aronofsky always delivers the payoff. What's your favorite genre of horror? Do you like zombies as much as I like zombies? Or are you more of, a sci-fi kind of horror, maybe Lovecraftian, or, do you like psychological horror, ghost stories, or, body horror, like giant monster horror? Like, let me know in the comments, like, what's your favorite? And hey, if I do one like that, I'll tag you in the comments or in the description of that episode coming up. But yeah, in this story that we just watched, of course I had to change the title for YouTube because YouTube's rules. Everything's kind of run by an algorithm these days, You wonder if some people are run by algorithms too, but that's a topic for another video about that. But I'm curious to know, like, what would you do if you were in the situation of the main character in this story? You were, found yourself trapped in a closet and, surrounded by the undead. And they're trying to get in, and you've got one shell left. What would you do? Would you, take your one shot and hope for the best, or would you, would you keep that shot to yourself, so to speak? I really don't know what I would do. I think I would probably try and fight my way out, But who knows? You never really know till you're in a situation where it's like, what am I gonna do? Also, just curious, did the jump scare at the end get anybody? I know some people can't stand jump scares, some people don't mind them. I don't really mind them too much, but I know some people do. I'm one of those people that's not, easily scared by movies or playing scary games in the dark with my headphones on. But yeah, some people really get freaked out. I remember I went to go see The Strangers with not the remake, but the original, like the first Strangers movie that came out in the theater maybe, what was it, 10 years ago or so? The one that was based off a true story. And me and my ex, we went to go see The Strangers, and she was so freaked out. Like, she had nosebleed and everything, and I was like, holy shit. Like, her fear was like freaking me out. And then there was this asshole in the somewhere in one of the seats, like right just before like a loud noise came. Like, this asshole jumps up and starts screaming, running through the aisles, in the dark, and like scaring the hell out of everybody. That whole theater experience, that whole night was wild. The knocking at the door, is Tamala home? Like, and the fact that was based off a true story, like, oh my God, bro. Yeah, but I'm checking out the time right now, and we're just about out of time. So I want to thank you all very much for listening and for tuning in for this week's episode. And I will see you, next week, next Friday. Same spooky, creepy, scary time. Same spooky, creepy, scary channel. If you enjoy the stories you find here, click the like button. Think of it like applause at the end of a show. Questions, comments, suggestions? Let me know down below. And if you wouldn't mind, share this video so that others can discover the spooky, creepy, scary show.